So here we are back on Project Marianne in the shop, and we're going to start taking this roll bar apart. I'll go into a little bit in depth of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and I will walk you through how I'm going to actually fix this, hopefully for what will be the final time. Now, this is a Go Rhino bed bars kit. I bought it for the truck in... It was late 2010, early 2011 when it was purchased for the truck. I've already repainted it once, and I've done this a couple of times. And it's a decent little kit. It's just a show bar. It's only thin, really thin sheet tube, but it bolts together. One of these bolts is holding this middle tube to the outer, and then the other bolt goes into the down bars and holds them in, and those pads bolt onto the bottom. And the only issue I've ever run into, and I've tried Loctite, I've tried a couple other things, is these bolts like to, every couple of years, they back out and the bar gets really loose. And then it starts wiggling around in the bed of the truck. And you can really see it when the light bar is turned on. You'll see the lights bouncing and fluttering a lot. So these bolts originally had plastic washers under them. They cracked, fell apart right away. So this time, hopefully what will remedy it long term is... we're going to take this apart, sand the rust off, hit it with weld through primer. Any of these plastic joints, we're going to take this plastic off, and we're going to weld every one of these joints together so that this bar will hopefully be a solid piece. Alright, so to start, we're going to take these two bolts out. That's going to release this side from the center tube as well as the down bar. Same two on that side, and we'll have pretty much all the tubes apart on the floor. So they're just 9/16 head bolts and a little bit with an impact gun, and there goes the down bar. And there goes two. And everything's falling down. So, I was talking about them loosening up, and this is what I'm saying. These plates, that's just an Allen-headed bolt that runs up in here, and it's supposed to bolt this plate in so they can't move. But as you can see, it's all twisty. And on top of that, I don't know if you can hear that, but it wobbles around. So when you put this in the truck and they back out and they loosen up like that, next thing you know, the whole bar's in the back of the truck wobbling left and right. And this is the #1 issue that I'm trying to get rid of. So take it, clean it, run a weld bead all around in there. Plate will be fixed solid to the bar. No more nut, can't loosen up. Alright. We got the roll bar all taken apart now. It's laying in a bunch of rusty pieces on the floor. And the next step's going to be, we're going to take our drill with a wire wheel on it. And we're going to clean all of the rust and paint off of the joints where we're going to be putting the roll bar pieces back together. This way we can spray with weld through primer and then weld the bar solid. We're going to have to bolt the bar back together in the truck bed one last time after this, so that it'll hold where I need it in the truck. And then in the truck, we're going to tack it together, pull it back out of the truck, and then weld it solid on the shop floor. It's a lot of in, out, in, out. This section of the roll bar is one I've already completed. You can see how the ends I sprayed with the weld through primer. And you can spray that on. It'll seal the metal where the weld beads don't go. This way it'll seal it up in the tube at the joints. But on top of that, you can weld through it. So this won't contaminate my weld. So I will still get good welds on this material. So here we have it. All of the tubes and pieces for the roll bar have been sprayed with weld through prime. where they're going to attach to each other. Next step in this process is going to be cleaning all of that old garbage out of the front of the bed of this old truck. That toolbox needs to come out. We're then going to assemble all of those pieces back up in the bed and tack it together so that we can take it out of the bed of the truck and finish weld it here on the shop floor. So next step is removing of that toolbox. Alright, toolbox is laying on the shop floor. Have a nice big empty space up front, and I gotta sweep out and clean all of that up. And there she is, assembled in the truck. So that bar, next step is going to be bust out the buzz box and weld it up. We'll start by tack welding it in the truck. This way all the sizes and everything where it needs to be located will get locked in. Then I'll take it out of the truck again and place it on the shop floor to finish weld it solid. This way we don't do too much welding in the truck. I want to avoid as much weld splatter getting on the truck as I can. But that's it. Soon she'll start going back together.